The fourth industrial revolution projected dramatic changes in technology, industry, and societal patterns in 21st century as a result of increased interconnection and smart automation. Along with fundamental shifts in global production and supply networks, the marketing dimension has changed from traditional television advertisement to digital platforms such as Pinterest, Google Ads, LinkedIn, and YouTube. All these digital marketing strategies are also known as internet marketing, which is also our topic for today. In brief, internet marketing refers to marketing that takes place solely online. Marketing over the internet is rapidly growing business because more people use the internet daily to purchase goods and services online. So if you want to learn more about it and feel the need to dig deeper into it, sit tight as we bring to you all the information that you need right on your screen. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I want to request you to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any new update or video releases from Great Learning. If you enjoyed this video, show us some love and like this video. Knowledge increases by sharing, so make sure you share this video with your friends and colleagues. Make sure to comment on the video for any query or suggestions, and I will respond to your comments.
So the world has completely changed itself from the traditional methods of marketing to the new digitized method of marketing. Now, since the world has shrunk into a global village, everything that we do around us has turned online. So companies, in order to market their particular products, have moved from the traditional methods like commercial TV ads, radio ads, etc., to the new and modern methods of advertising and marketing of products like search engine marketing, like Facebook, social media marketing, etc. So in this particular course, you will learn all about that, how the companies are shifting their attention from the traditional method to the modern methods, how they are doing it, what is the purpose behind it, what are the ways in which you can market the product. Everything will be covered in this particular session. Before moving on, let's talk about some of our learning objectives. So we'll start by knowing what exactly is marketing, what are the different marketing types. We used to have traditional marketing, we used to have the traditional ways of marketing through commercial TV ads and everything, and how the paradigm shift has taken place to the digital world, to the digital methods of marketing. Then we'll know about what is online marketing, what is internet marketing, what does it mean, how does it work, and all. So there are different components of internet or online marketing, that is email marketing, search engine marketing, which include search engine optimization, search engine marketing, SEM. So we will know about all that stuff in this particular module. Then it is YouTube marketing. How does YouTube function? What are the ways in which YouTube function? Then we'll talk about what is Facebook marketing. How does the different companies want to expand their user base, expand their brand awareness through Facebook and LinkedIn. So we'll know all about that in this particular course. So stay tuned to the very end because this is going to be a knowledge packed session. So make sure to have your notes ready by the end of this course. So let's get started. Let's start with the first module, that is Introduction to Marketing. Now, in the most literal sense, if we say that marketing is basically promoting a particular product or a service. Now, what is this product and what is this service? It's basically the company that you stand for, the products and the services that they are rolling out. If it is in different sectors, if it is a financial company, then you have various financial models or something like that. If you're a product company, if you are more fast moving consumer goods company, you have products like toothpaste, brush, detergents, and all this stuff. So different sectors have different companies, and different companies have different marketing strategies. So marketing is basically about promoting that particular product or a service that the company wants to sell. So it is basically about understanding the clients, creating and maintaining the relationship with them. You want that particular customer to stay with you for a very long time, right? So for that case, we use marketing. Now, just imagine that if you have your own company and if you want to sell a particular product, you can't tell a particular consumer or a customer, hey, listen, this is my product, buy it. That would simply not work because humans have a very interactive way of knowing things, of getting attracted to a particular product or a service. So if it would be something like, hey, this particular product will make your life easier than what it is now, then the customer might be little more excited to listen to your particular product. So he'll gain more attention, more knowledge about what the product you're trying to sell. So that is all about marketing. It is about knowing your customers, knowing your consumer base, doing the particular market research about how your product will establish itself in the market. So marketing is the activity, as rightly mentioned, collection of institutions and procedures for developing, conveying, delivering, and exchanging value added offerings. Okay, you need to add value to that customer's life. That is why the company is standing in its first place. Clients, partners, society as a whole. So we need to add certain value to the life of the clients, the customers, the partners, and society as a whole. Now let's try to understand what are the various components of marketing. Starting with knowing the components of marketing, the first one is communication. Now, communication plays an integral part in knowing how well the customer presumes a brand to be like. The communication between the brand and the customer should be extremely fluid. It should tell a compelling story so that the customer gets engaged with and attracted towards that particular brand. Then comes the brand voice. Brand voice is basically telling what the personality of the brand looks like. If the brand is more premium, does the customer feels more value? Does he feels better to have to own that particular brand? For example, Apple. When you own an Apple, it's more of a status symbol. It's knowing to have the best technology in hand, right? So that is what the brand voice is. It tells about the personality of that particular brand. Then comes the pricing. Now, as a company, you would want your pricing to be appropriate as the customer wants it. It should not neither be too high for the customer to afford or neither too low so that they feel that the brand is undervalued or is a cheap brand. So pricing plays an integral part. You need to do a lot of market research to know what type of pricing you need to set. You may have observed certain times that if a product is selling for 500 rupees, instead of writing that particular amount as 500, they would put it as 499. That tells mostly about how humans perceive a particular thing. They are more visual towards that thing. So they would see that 499 and they would think it's around 400, right? Instead, it is of 500. So knowing how to set the pricing is also an art. It is a way of you market your particular product. Then comes market research. Now, if your brand is expanding to a new continent, to a new country, you would want to know what are the basic set principles of that local area in which the brand is focusing on. So that plays an important role to know what the market is, to do your basic research about that particular place. What are the payments like? For example, if the particular area in which your company is going is more accessible to cash on deliveries, it does not include much of credit cards or debit cards, so you would set a pattern towards it. You need to do your market research how the customer in that particular area want that particular thing to be like. You need to blend your brand towards the way the customer wants. Remember, customer is the centerpiece, is the center stage of every brand. Then comes customer psychology. Humans are more perceived to be playing in the subconscious mind. You need to attract the customer not just by saying it on their face, like buy the particular product. You need to tell them why do you need it. You need to give them a subtle storyline. You need to give them a certain way that to be in the particular customer's shoes, to know how the brand is doing. So that is customer psychology. Then comes effectiveness. As mentioned before, the communication between the brand and the customer should be fluid. It should be more effective in conveying the message that the brand wants for the customer to look at. So that is how effective they are building their strategies, how effectively they are communicating from the brand's perspective to the customer's perspective. Then comes campaigns. Now, marketing campaigns play an essential part in grabbing the attention of the audience. Let's just take an example. These days, the cred ad of Rahul Dravid is on a hype. Everyone knows about it. What did they do? What did cred as a brand do with that ad? So Rahul Dravid is presumed to be a more calm person, more patient person in circumstances. But in that particular ad, cred wanted the world to see the anger side of Rahul Dravid, the angry Rahul Dravid. So they made that particular ad so that the customers grab attention to the thing which is not normal, which is unusual. So grabbing attention plays a very important role in these marketing campaigns. Another ad would be the five-star ad. कभी कुछ ना करके देखो. It means doing nothing by eating five star. So that is a very unusual ad depicting various stories of offices, of some accident, something like that is showcased in the ads that are portrayed by Five Star just to grab attention, right? So such marketing campaigns are essentially important to grab attention of the audience so that the audience know what brand is it, right? The Rahul Dravid ad, they did not wanted to make certain assumptions about something. They wanted cred as a company to be known by a vast audience, which they successfully did. So these marketing campaigns play an essential part in brand's voice, in the customer's perception to that particular brand. The next part that comes up is what is digital marketing. In order to know digital marketing, let me explain you what used to be traditional methods. Now, if you would go back around 20 years in time, you would know that the methods were quite different. We had traditional methods of marketing. What would that include? That included commercial TV ads that we used to watch between the TV series, between the TV shows, between the news shows. So that used to air for around 10 to 15 seconds or maybe a minute. So those were the commercial TV ads that used to run in between matches. Also, if you were a cricket geek, you would know between overs you have a commercial set that used to play, right? So these are the commercial TV ads. Then comes billboards. Now, if you're traveling on a highway, you would have known that big billboards are there in order to provide you an information about a particular brand or a service. Then comes is newspaper ads. If you would have opened a physical newspaper, you would have known there are certain columns used to come, right? So each one of them advertising about something or the other, maybe a government thing, maybe a public tender, maybe some different types of services that they're providing, maybe a coaching institute is providing a particular stuff. So all that used to come in newspaper ads. Then again, one of the most important things of traditional marketing were pamphlets that used to run around between the newspapers. If you would open a newspaper, you would find a pamphlet that used to roam around in the house, around the city, maybe in the front of windscreen of a car. You would see that pamphlet, right? About branding, about telling the customer what they are providing, if there are special service, if there is a new restaurant or a new shop that is opening in the city. So these all were the traditional methods of marketing. But now the times have changed. Now the world has shrunk into a global village. Everything is digitized. So in that particular scenario, what is the way in which you market? That is digital methods like social media platforms, you have search engine channels, you have different stuff that goes around, right? So digital marketing, often known as online marketing, is a promotion of brands through internet and other kinds of digital channels in order to engage with the potential customers. Now what used to happen in traditional methods is that you would have a wider customer base, right? But as a brand, you could not know if your particular branding is reaching to the target audience or not. While in case of digital marketing, you would exactly know which customer is receiving what type of content from your brand, right? Which is more customizable, which is more trackable on paper. So you would know what are the customer preferences, what the customer needs, what at what time do they need a particular product or a service. So these are the new methods, the new ways in which you market a particular product. Google and Bing search engines, you had Facebook, Instagram, you have video platforms, that is YouTube, right? And also LinkedIn as a source to market yourself, to build your personal brand, to build the brand of your company. All sort of things comes under digital marketing. And just to give you a little stat on how this is increasing, during the COVID pandemic, post COVID pandemic, around 70% of the businesses that started during that period had entire base digitally. They had their products, they had their services digitally. All the marketing that used to happen were through digital platforms. So this is the scope of which marketing is going ahead in the coming future. It has a lot of growth potential, and you as a digital marketer can also engage in this particular stuff. You can be a part of it. You can grow your business forward to an exponential level. Now let's try to understand the management of marketing strategies through a board member or a member of the management perspective of a brand. Now it involves, the first step is engaging and understanding the desires of the target audience of the potential customers, from the product quality to the product packaging, right? Right from the scratch of starting that particular product to the end quality, everything should be perfect. Second is analyzing the current market position. Now, as a brand, you need to be very aware about how your brand is, at what position it is. What is the position with respect to its rivals, with respect to its competitors, and then develop goals of what they want. How much market dominance, how much percentage of market dominance is required by that particular brand to grow forward. So that strategies is what the marketing management looks at, how to develop certain goals for upcoming future. Then comes developing innovative marketing campaigns to set out brand messaging. Now, innovating marketing campaigns, as I have already discussed before, is about creating the brand awareness to the level in which every person who comes across knows the name of that brand, to grab their attention towards that particular brand. So that is innovative marketing campaigns. Then comes use of competitive digital space. Now, what is this digital space? It can be YouTube, it can be Facebook, Instagram, different marketing channels that are currently available in the digital space. So to extract the best out of it, you would have seen some cheeky tweets by these companies during certain events, certain political events, certain geographical events. They come up with a sense of humor to attract the customers to grab their attention. Then comes analyzing the strength and weakness of the company, doing the SWOT analysis, the strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats of the company. You would want to know how your marketing strategies are working or not. So all these things comes under marketing management, that is decided by the board of directors, by the top management of the company. All right, now let's talk about what is internet marketing. Now, as the name suggests, internet marketing means marketing a particular product or a service online. It is commonly referred to as online marketing, digital marketing, or internet marketing. So, the tactics that are used by different companies to advertise their products and services online through online channels, that can be search engine channels like Google or Bing, social media platforms like Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, you name it, Twitter, and through other digital means which are referred to as internet marketing. Now, as we know, in India, the digital space is quite vast. So you have a lot of opportunities that come for both the customers and the companies. Now, in order to address all these particular domain, that is internet, you need to have a lot of research going on how to sell a particular product. If you go around and just say that, okay, here's my product, you can buy it, the customers won't probably buy it. The reason is that it does not have an emotional attachment to it. It does not give you a sense of belonging with the company, right? So these things have to be catered to. So online marketing or the internet marketing is the strategies and the tactics that are used by different companies to make sure that they are in the domain, make sure that they are reaching out to their potential customers. Now, if we notice that when we discuss traditional marketing and the new digital marketing, in traditional marketing you had a very wide viewer base, but you did not know if your particular advertisement is reaching to the potential customers. But in case of this internet marketing, in case of digital marketing, you can actually know that what type of customers you are addressing to. Are they relevant to you? Do they have particular interest in the product that you're buying? So that you can have a particular feed in which every single thing that is involved can be catered to. Now, customers' online activity. Now, each one of us have phone these days. All have smartphones. So you have different apps in it. And if you notice that today you can have groceries in just a click of a button. What they need from a customer's repeat from a company's perspective, they just need your mobile number, your email ID. Now just think about it. What would they do of having your mobile number or email ID? Thought so? So the most important thing that they use is to send you customized emails, to send you customized texts. If you have noticed that you would have ordered something from Zomato or Amazon, they would send you customized email stating that 50% off on your favorite restaurant or something like that, golden hours, deal of the day. So all these things are specifically made for you. And if you have noticed that something that is in your cart would be always shown at the top, because they know that you are interested in that particular product. So how does this happen? This takes a lot of strategies going behind the scenes to make sure you as a customer is given the top priority in everything. Now these customers online activities used in internet marketing to link them with the business entity, by reaching out to them in number of areas on the internet. Now these areas can be Google, can be Twitter, can be Facebook, can be Instagram, can be LinkedIn, can be your SMS that you get. So all these channels have different sort of communication with you as a brand and as a customer. So every single thing that you do on your mobile phone, it generates data. And these data is analyzed then by these companies to make sure you get whatever product that you need at at a relevant time, at the relevant place, at the relevant need of the hour. So you would not be shown too many ads that are not pertaining to your interest. You would be only shown ads that are pertaining to your interest. We'll know about it in greater depth in search engine marketing part of it in the later modules. But internet marketing is always a growing domain. If you want to be a digital marketer, this particular section, online marketing, is the place which is continuously rising. Just to give you a certain facts and figures, almost 70% of the businesses that started during the pandemic and post pandemic have their marketing budgets pertain to only digital marketing channels. You can imagine the industry has over 200 billion plus dollars of investment coming in to digital channels. Now, if you have noticed that a lot of people want to be vlogger these days, want to market themselves through YouTube. Now, YouTube is a monetized platform. So how does that happen? Now they roll out a lot of videos pertaining to the interest of the customers. Now then you might have seen certain posts of Instagram that says paid marketing with so and so. Now these companies, they have a specific marketing budget for these digital channels. They make sure that the influencers that are coming up, the common people like you and me, they want to give the chunk of money to us so that we can spread out the word to make the brand voice more aware in our surroundings. So these all things are happening around us, and internet marketing is on the boom. So there are a lot of components of internet marketing. Internet marketing as a whole is a bigger term, right? It has lot of different components. So in this particular course, we will be learning about what is email marketing, what are cold emails that are sent through to you, what are the customized emails that are sent through you by the companies. Then we'll know about search engine marketing. Now, Google, if you have known everything today, we want to make a dosa, we want to build a particular plane from paper plane or something like that, right? You want to solve a Rubik's cube. So everything you search in Google, because that's the most easiest way. You want to do a research, you have a research topic, you don't go into the library and open books and read it, right? You Google everything these days. So marketing on that particular platform becomes a must for every company to have. Now it can be done into two different ways. One is search engine optimization, which is the free part of it. Then is search engine marketing, in which you pay Google some amount so that your website is ranked at the top. We'll know about that in greater depth. Then you have YouTube marketing, you have Facebook marketing. You'll know all about that in greater depth going forward. All right, now let's talk about the first aspect of internet marketing, that is called email marketing. It is the most basic form of marketing that is available out there, which has been running on from a very long time. Now, what happens in email marketing? It is the act of sending the promotional messages to a very large number of people to the extent in which they can connect with you on an emotional and personal level. So the emails that they send out are very, very customized. They are customized to the need that you want and the relevancy of it. So its purpose is usually to produce sale or generate leads for their website. How does this happen? Let's look at an example. So here I have an email from SpiceJet, which is telling me about some type of advertisement. Let's look at what it is. So it tells us about introducing a new service that SpiceJet is providing, that is called Spice Plus. What does this mean? This means that the complement your travel plans with a sense of safety, convenience, and comfort at 550. So they are telling a new service that they have introduced, which is priority services, priority check-in, preferred seat selection, complimentary meals, and that is at 50% off. Now, this is an advertisement that SpiceJet wants to give me as a consumer. Now, what is the task of this email from a brand's perspective? Now, for them, this particular section wants me to click at this book now. If I click on it, if I click at it, I reach this particular page. Now this tells me another ad, which tells me that you have a free date change offer from the booking period 8 to 31st Jan, and travel period is this. Now this tells me to book flights, how it is, you have any discounts that are there, or in general what can be done. This is the objective of this particular email, in which it tells me to click on this icon, book now. Now apart from it also tells me that I can download the app and get more exciting offers. So, and also to join the frequent flyer program, and I can register it. Now, this will also lead me to another page in which I can do the same things that was done in the previous tab. So this is the thing. Now, the worst part of any brand, the worst fear of any brand is that the customer should not click at the unsubscribe button, which means that they can no longer send that particular customer any emails, any promotional emails. Now, this aspect has to be catered to, right? So they make sure the advertisement that they're sending is very customized so that the customer does not feel like it is something that is not beyond their control. So this is a very important aspect in email marketing. Let's look at another ad. Now this is from Agoda, that's a travel booking site. Now it also tells me about the same thing, that Madhur. Now this particular thing makes it more emotionally attached to the customer. Now it refers to me by my name, which makes me think that this particular travel agency is focusing its attention towards me. It's making me feel special. Madhur, now get 6% off on all hotels worldwide. This is their headline. It also tells me that with this particular coupon, Vander22, I can get avail this 6% off on all holidays worldwide. All right. Then comes the secret app deals. Now it tells me that I should download the app so that I can get much more better offers. So objective number one is to download the app. That is what the email is trying to tell me. Then it also tells me to click on this to see more deals that are there. If I see that, now I am open to the Agoda website. Now it's telling me certain ads. So the purpose of this particular ad in on my email is to make sure that I land out to this particular page, which is their objective, right? This is how companies try to attract potential customers and make them feel special. So what are the objectives of email marketing? As we've all discussed, that it is about you can get the messages regarding the transactions and applications. Now remember, if you have, let's say, spent something from your debit card or your account, a bank account, you would get an email that something is debited from your account. It may also consider putting a certain ad in that particular email as well, just to make sure that you can avail certain special services visiting their website. This can be one particular promotional method. Second objective of email marketing is to increase the click rate. As I already mentioned and showed it to you, that you can click on that book now button or view deals button to land to their homepage. That is click rate in an email ad. Then comes the promotion of a brand. So emails are also generally about creating brand awareness. Brand awareness means more people are actually knowing about that brand. So these are the key objectives of email marketing. Then we would also like to see what are the challenges that the brand face. As a digital marketer, what would the challenges you would face while marketing through emails? Number one is landing promotional messages in inbox. Now, a lot of people send random emails to clients, to potential customers. Now, which may lead for Gmail's algorithm to consider it as spam and may not even allow that particular brand to showcase it to the customers. Now, this is a thing in which their total marketing effort goes in vain. Second is achieving low unsubscribe rate. Now, no company wants that the customers click on the unsubscribe button that I just showed it to you, which means that they no longer can have a connection with the customer. This is always a constant worry for digital marketers to make sure that most of the people don't click on that unsubscribe button. Then it's creating customized content. Now, this is a very heavy process. It needs a lot of algorithms, lot of data analytics involved, a lot of marketing analytics involved. So that is also a thing. Then comes finding fresh emails to promote. Now, you can have limited number of people to send, right? You can believe, or you can either consider taking third party email networking, email addresses. But if you have your own email addresses, that is always a must, because you could know that what the customer is particularly searching for. And so that the first point, it does not land in the spam area, it lands in their inbox. Finding fresh emails is the reason why all the apps make sure that you register yourself on that particular app with your phone number and email address. All right, next up, let's talk about what is search engine marketing. Now, search engine marketing refers to search engine channels like Google or Bing. Now, the primary motive of company is to make sure their website ranks as high as possible. Now, if as a user, you would have noticed that whenever you search something online on Google, you generally take or click on the websites that are on the top, because you believe that Google has already sorted it out, which is the best website to look at, which is true. Google algorithm ranks in such a manner to provide you the best possible outcome for your particular search, right? Now, these websites also have certain online ads, right? Now, these online ads can be found everywhere. They can be found when you check your social media. They can be found when you are clicking on any website, right? Reminding of what you have to buy, and they're customized and tailored particularly to you. Let me show you an example. So if you look at this website of Times of India, you would notice that you have certain ads that are running through. You have a Samsung ad, right? It is written advertisement. Now I have searched about a phone, buying phone online recently. So this particular website shows me my search habits, the ads that are related to search habits, like the Samsung S21 FE 5G phone. Now it's telling me what should I buy, is this a good phone or not? So it keeps telling me throughout the page. Let's look at another example. This is a Business Today website. Now it shows me an ad of Adobe. Maybe because I wanted to learn editing. Maybe because I wanted to learn something related to Adobe. So it tells me, it gives me my search habits, the ads that are customized to my preferences, right? So these are online ads. Now, being said all about this, search engine marketing refers to another term called search engine optimization. Now, what does this mean? This means that the process of optimizing your website to make it more visible to the customers while using Google, Bing, or other search engines to look at the products and the services that the company is offering. The higher the page ranks, right? The higher the page ranks, the exposure to those results, the more is the chances of attracting more customers, attracting your loyal customers, and to make more new customers for your company. Now let's look at an example of what search engine optimization is. Let's just say I search something on Google. Let's say I search for financial markets, right? So it tells me about what the stuff that is related to financial markets. Now, according to Google, this first website of Wikipedia gives the most amount of knowledge regarding this particular term that I searched for. The second is about Investopedia. It tells us about the reference that this particular website, Investopedia, has viable amount of substance that is required to deal with, right? Now these website also comes with the advertisements, right? So these advertisements are a real-time bid that is going on just at the moment when you click on that website. Now, different companies, they actually bid. They keep their money to make sure their advertisement is seen by you. So this is a real-time bidding that happens. It has another deep level of understanding that is beyond this course, but this is a real-time bidding that happens just to make sure that the most appropriate advertisement is shown to you. Again, this Adobe came here, right? So this is how these things work. Now, ranking it at the top requires a lot of hard work, right? Let me show you. Eng- uh, Learn Spanish online. Let's just take this example. Now, if you can see that the first four websites, right, have a term called ad written at the starting of it. It means that this is through search engine marketing, where the company or the website has paid Google as a search engine some amount to make sure that whenever this term is searched, learn Spanish online, this particular website is ranked at the top. So the first four advertisements are purely related to the money that is given to Google, which is called search engine marketing. While if you see Duolingo as a website, it does not have ad written in front of it. What does this mean? Which means that this particular website has not given any money to Google and it is ranked organically. Search engine optimization is the term that is used, in which you use a lot of keywords that are repetitive that the Google algorithm supports. Search engine optimization is all about learning how Google reacts to certain things. Learn about Google algorithm. Now, Google algorithm keeps on changing from time to time. Whenever a particular website comes even closer to knowing how the algorithm works, they change the algorithm. So, knowing the best practices that are required to make sure your particular website, for example, this website has Learn Spanish Online written in its brief description, right? This is the term that we searched for. So they make sure that this is ranked higher and also the quality of this particular website would be good. That's why they have mentioned it on the top, right? So you have certain keywords that are required. There are short-term keywords, long-tail keywords that make sure that your website is ranked at the top. While the ad part of it refers to the marketing, the paid marketing that we call, that the company does to attract the potential customers that they want. Now, if a company does not rank on the first or the second page of Google, then their marketing efforts are useless. They're not promoting their particular enough, or they're not using the best search engine optimization strategies or tactics to make sure that their rank is at the top, right? So if you are a user as well, right, you may have searched yourself that you don't go beyond, you don't click on next, you only see what is there on the top, you only see what is there on the first page, because that's the first landing page is the page that every single company wants to be at, either organically or inorganically. So now let's talk about what exactly is YouTube marketing. To begin with, let me ask you a fun question. Do you know which was the first video to cross 1 billion views on YouTube? Just to give you a little hint, you must have danced on that song at some point of your life. I'll give you the answer at the end of this module. So let's start by what is YouTube marketing. YouTube marketing is a method of generating videos and publishing them on YouTube in order to increase the publicity for your particular business or a product or a self brand if you have. So it assists the business in increasing the traffic, expanding the customer base. Remember, you need to have a large customer base to attract the potential customers, then reaching out to new audiences. As I told, grabbing attention, marketing campaigns play a very important role in such scenarios, right? So YouTube plays as a platform is such a wonderful thing for all the creators that are coming up. You must have known a lot of creators are starting their journeys with YouTube. Why? because it has a very big user base. Just to give you a little stats on that, YouTube has around 2.3 billion monthly active users. Now, just imagine setting up of a YouTube channel is free of cost, right? You can monetize your YouTube channel if you have enough views. And also, with such a huge user base, you can get yourself listed with the top videos that are trending. Now, as a platform with such high user base, you don't really need to pay anything. You just need to have a good content that you really want to put out. Now, just imagine if you are a brand and you're publishing yourself on commercial or traditional marketing methods like commercial TV ads or billboards, that costs hundreds and thousands of dollars. Now, in comparison to that, YouTube is an open world. You can put your own video in a way that you like so that the users or the customer base can get a view of what you're posting. Now, this is really important to know that every brand has to maintain its image, has to maintain its personality, right? They need to have a brand voice of that particular thing. So YouTube has a very strong essence to user base. A lot of people these days don't watch televisions, they just watch YouTube, right? So that is why giving a huge user base is one essential benefit of YouTube. Second is every hour almost 30,000 hours of content gets uploaded on YouTube. Now just imagine how much content is there on YouTube. Now, in order to be the best in YouTube, you need to have certain strategies that we will be talking about in the next modules. You need to know how to make a YouTube video. So, all these things will be told to you in the coming videos. But for now, just imagine the scale in which YouTube is growing. People are posting 30,000 hours of content, which is a very big number. In order to give you a brief history about it, Google bought YouTube for 1.65 billion US dollars back when it was just growing, just starting out. Now, just to give you a little number, YouTube's revenue per year is around 13 to 15 billion dollars, and Wall Street Journal estimates the valuation of this company of around $100 billion. Now, which is a massive thing as a company to build, a platform which gives common people like you and me the chance to grow themselves. And also, YouTube is monetized, so the creators who are coming up on YouTube also have a chance to earn, right? They either earn by YouTube's own platform, or they earn by collaboration with other brands, right? You must have seen paid promotion with tags on the channel, right? So you either get paid by YouTube or you get paid with collaboration with other brands. But either ways, as a content creator, you get good money if your content is at the peak, if your content is the best among the rest. Then let's talk about some popular genres that are there, popular types of videos that are there on YouTube that are really popular and comes in the trending section of YouTube. So the first is gaming. Gaming is on the rise. People watch a lot of gaming videos on YouTube. Then comes makeup and beauty. This has been a long-standing trending topic of YouTube from the very beginning. A lot of people make makeup videos, beauty videos, fashion videos, outfit videos. So all these things come under makeup and beauty. How to take care of the skin, how to dress for a particular occasion. So these types of videos comes under makeup and beauty. Then comes review and unboxing. Now technology is on the rise. You have different gadgets that keep launching now and then. So reviewing that particular gadget, unboxing them are also a very good type of video content that is popular out there. Now you have different styles to it. Some have fancy knife to open a box of gadgets. Some of them make a detailed description of the video in terms of pros and cons. So these types of video are trending. The next type is vlog. So now telling the world about your day in life, how you are going about your life, is also one section of YouTube that is kind of popular these days. If you are a medical student, it would be like a day in a medical life or something like that keeps coming, how your days are going, what are you doing in your particular day. So that comes under vlogging section and is also currently one of the most trending ones. Then comes health and fitness. Now this has a lot to do with COVID and post-COVID. When the living habits of people have declined during COVID and post-COVID, so health and fitness has grown massively during that period. Now people want to be more aware about health and fitness, the types of nutrition that they are taking, what types of exercises they need to do. You also have certain channels coming up with 30-day challenges, 90-day challenges, yoga challenges. So all these things are keep coming up in certain sections of videos that comes under health and fitness. So just to give you, there are a lot more types of videos that are on YouTube, but to sum it up, I have just noted down the ones that are mostly popular in YouTube and are always in the trending section of YouTube. All right, now let's try to understand what does Facebook marketing help in providing brand awareness and brand voice to the companies. So when we talk about Facebook marketing, we need to understand what makes Facebook an excellent marketing tool. Facebook has a global reach which is unmatchable. It has monthly active users of around 2.9 billion. Now, with that type of audience, we can see that how well a company can market its product, a company can create brand awareness and also establish its brand voice. Second, it provides highly focused paid advertisements. One of the best things about Facebook is that it gives you in complete control over what type of advertisements that can be played, how effective can that advertisement campaign can move forward. Third, it allows us for the organic reach of that particular campaign to make sure all the potential customers that are required to see that ad are successfully seen as a part of their marketing campaign. Lastly, integrations with various marketing channels are possible. Now, if you have a Facebook account, if you are publishing your brand on the Facebook, you can also make sure you integrate it into other marketing channels like Twitter, Instagram, you have LinkedIn. So you can post your stuff that brings it back to Facebook. You can make sure that your leads that are generated from other marketing channels tend to land up on the Facebook page. Now, all these things makes Facebook an excellent marketing tool when it comes to creating brand awareness. Now, one thing that can be noticed is that initially during the 2014s and 2015s, most of the millennials or the newer generation would use Facebook. But now, if the trend in 2020 and 2021 is that most of the people that had hardly any access to internet or hardly any access to the smartphones during that time in 2014 and 2015, they all are now an active part of the Facebook community in 2021. So with more and more people joining in Facebook, the establishment of Facebook as a marketing tool has enhanced, which is why brands are very focused on this type of marketing tool. Now, let's try to understand what type of content a brand needs to create for the people when it comes to Facebook marketing. So, the first aspect of it is that the content should be focused on the consumer, should be focused on the customer rather than the brand. So, whatever they are putting out on their Facebook page, that should showcase something that is related to customer and being in customer shoes. You need to understand what are the challenges that are faced by your audience. What is the thing that are keeping them awake at night due to the challenges that they are facing. You need to make your brand more emotionally connected towards the customer. That's the first step. Second step is you need to know what are their motivations. What are their motivations to get up in the morning and go for work? What are the motivations of them to start a new day? What are their motivations to work for something that they are doing? So you need to make sure your brand is placed in such a manner which takes all the synergies from the audiences and move ahead with them, because if the customers are going in another direction and you are going in another direction, that can be a catastrophic affair for your brand. Just imagine that during the COVID and the pre-COVID post-COVID times, you are telling them your brand repeat your brand is giving them awareness all about being in office, right? That would not go well because now they are working in hybrid models in which you need to work in home as well as in the office. So this type of the brand, the customer centric approach to marketing would lead to better organic results for the brand. You need to know what do they love to interact with, what are their favorite marketing channels, what are the favorite pages that they follow on Facebook. You need to make sure there are some ads placed in accordance to that. Then it is, what is the most important thing in their lives that they care about. Maybe they like stuffed toys. Maybe a person is more into pens. Maybe they have a very artistic way of looking at things. They're looking at furnitures around the house. You need to make sure what type of, as a brand, what type of choices they have, because that creates a centric approach to the way marketing strategies are placed. So, what type of content can be there that creates a hype in the society, in the Facebook community? What type of content would be that? It would be production videos, videos which have a very high budget, which tells you a story, right? You can think about it as the campaign by Five Star. Kabhi kuch na karke dekho. Sometimes do nothing. So that type of campaigns give a very high hype, or maybe a Rahul Dravid ad, cred ad of Rahul Dravid that we discussed. So this type of production videos give a very good hype in the society. Next comes Facebook Live. Now, in order to be more connected with the end user, with the customer, you need to make sure you are physically present at the same time when they are present. Live sessions provide the exact way to do that. You can be present at the same moment. You can talk about your brand, you can talk about the things, the general issues in the society while promoting your brand, and that too live. The customer could think that the brand is focused on them rather than just putting out the content which is quite useless, right? So, live question and answer, teaching a skill to them, right? For example, Royal Challengers Bangalore, when the IPL was postponed due to COVID, what they did was they did a 30-day physical challenge. They posted it on their Facebook community group, on their YouTube community group, on YouTube page, and everything. Now, their intention was simple. People should know about Royal Challengers Bangalore as an IPL team, and also they put themselves in the shoes of their fans and of their followers. They made a 30-day challenge, fitness challenge, because they knew that during the COVID, most of the people are at home, right? So this type of things could, you know, gain momentum for that fan or that follower to be more attached with that particular brand. The product launches should tell you a story. They should tell you why you need it. If you have seen any advertisements about the performance brands like Nike and Adidas, they never go out and publish their product like, hey, this is the new shoes, please buy it. No, they would tell a story while being in an athlete's shoes. They would tell a story. What are the struggles behind that athlete when they are going for an Olympic game, or when they are competing in national events or international events, right? They would tell a story which would make the customer feel more engaged, the customer feel more, motivated to work out wearing that brand's shoes, right? This is how you can make a great way to keep track of your marketing efforts, to enhance your marketing efforts. Now let's talk about LinkedIn as a marketing tool. Now, as we all know, Microsoft, when acquired LinkedIn, it did not have that much growth, but now it has a fabulous growth in terms of the number of people that are coming into the platform, as well as the number of people that are creating posts and content on a day-to-day basis. So LinkedIn is termed to be the most effective tool when it comes to the brand engagement and the brand voice. So just to give you a little stats, during the COVID and the post-COVID times, a lot of people lost their jobs, right? So the one method or the one tool that they used to make themselves visible to the recruiters for the brand or the companies that were looking to hire people, this tool became the most effective way of bridging the gap between the company and the employee. According to a report, LinkedIn is termed to be 225% more effective than other marketing tools when it comes to creating brand awareness. Now, why is that? You need to understand why people are more alert when it comes to LinkedIn as a platform. Now, if a particular person does not have any job, right, he'll be constantly looking at posts to a much more greater attention level, right? When we scroll through Insta, it's just for our fun sake, right? We just scroll through Instagram reels or Instagram posts or Instagram stories. But when it comes to LinkedIn marketing, it is a more professional manner, it's more serious way of looking at things. Or the depth of seriousness for LinkedIn as a platform is much more. Hence, this is more effective in creating brand awareness because you have a good attention span in this particular platform. So, what are the different ways in which you can get started with the LinkedIn marketing tool? What is the way in which you can establish yourself? You can intensify your reach to more and more people. So first you need to create an emotional post of varying length. So what does this mean? This means that you need to create posts that emotionally connect with other people. If you have a story, if you have a storyline or something about your past that is very emotionally engaging, you need to put it out there. You need to make a good post out of it. You need to tell people what are your struggles when it comes to getting your first job, let's say, or starting your own company. So the greater the emotional level, the greater the reach, because people will react to that post. If you know that LinkedIn has variety of, emojis to place into, lot of, the more the people like your particular post, the more your people react to your particular post, the wider the reach will be of your post. The second part is using hashtags. Now, hashtag has been very common in Twitter, in Facebook, as well as on LinkedIn. Now, hashtag provides a perfect way for anyone who's looking for XYZ thing. You can narrow down their search towards that. So create placing posts like hashtag first job, hashtag, hashtag brand, hashtag the name of your company, first job, something like that. You can create hashtag looking for a first job, looking for an opportunity in this and this. So hashtags narrows down the approach of both the recruiters as well as the people who are searching for jobs to understand what they want, right? Basically, you want to make yourself visible to the audience that is out there. You need to make sure that you stand out among the rest of the people, right? So this is the most important aspect when it comes to using hashtags. Then it's very important to grow yourself as a self brand. So you need to create your own websites, on your own blogs which you write. You can publish them on LinkedIn so that you can have a greater lead generation towards your website. The fourth and the final point is be consistent with your posts and stories. So LinkedIn is very repetitive. The algorithm is also very repetitive. So you need to understand what the algorithm wants. What does they want? You need to make sure the keywords that you're using, they are well enough. They are well enough to be make your post visible to a lot of people. You need to be consistent. Now, the thing with LinkedIn is that you cannot post one article today and then you think that okay, next 3 months you don't need to post anything. No, it doesn't work that way. You need to be very consistent. You need to find what is the right time in which your audience is maximum. You can do it either by hit and trial method, or you can look at other tools that are available to know what is the best time to publish a post or a story. So these things are really important when it comes to LinkedIn as a platform. And this, trust me, is the most efficient manner if you want to make yourself more visible, more enhance your brand awareness. So LinkedIn as a marketing tool is a perfect way out. All right, now let's look at what we have learned so far. So we learned about marketing and the importance of marketing in the digital space. We distinguish between traditional marketing and digital marketing, that is the newer thing in today's world. Then we discussed about the internet marketing in today's world. What are the different components of internet marketing? Furthermore, we learned about email marketing and the importance of email marketing, how customized emails are sent to you by the brands. We also saw how to enhance your YouTube channel. What is YouTube as a platform? Why is it so important to consider it as a marketing tool? Then at the end, we discuss about the search engine marketing aspect, the paid and the free, the search engine optimization, and also understood the working of Facebook and LinkedIn as a platform in the marketing management. I hope you had a knowledge packed session. Hope to see you in further videos. Stay tuned to Great Learning.
If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I want to request you to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any new update or video releases from Great Learning. If you enjoyed this video, show us some love and like this video. Knowledge increases by sharing, so make sure you share this video with your friends and colleagues. Make sure to comment on the video for any query or suggestions, and I will respond to your comments.